Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of the Cromedy podcast. Today we have an awesome guest, one of my closest friends growing up and still to this day, Jackson Decker. Decker is currently playing in Allen, Texas, in the East Coast. So I'm going to pass it over to him and let him introduce himself and tell you about his hockey career a little bit.
Hey everyone, Jackson Decker here. As Colin said, I'm currently playing in the East Coast for the Allen Americans. Currently about to be in the second round of the playoffs against Kansas City. I grew up playing with and against Colin in Illinois. Went to high school together, played against each other countless amount of times. A couple good battles in there. But yeah, as Colin said, still playing hockey. I started my career in the NAHL. I did 1 year of high school while I was still in high school. Did one more gap year, and then I moved up to the USHL. Spent a year and a half in Omaha, and then finished out my career back in the NA with the Chippewa Steel. So, and then from there, I went to college and played Division I at Canisius College/University, now university. Got the upgrade. But loved my time. Did 5 years there because of the COVID stuff, and came out with 2 degrees. And now I decided I still want to keep playing hockey. Not ready for that desk job just yet.
Yeah, that's I tell everyone, and even our friends that gave up on hockey and now they're doing the 9 to 5. Some of them definitely regret it. So choosing the hockey path is, in my opinion, the better route because you might as well do it while you can. You can always go back to your work.
Yeah.
So for those of you watching on YouTube, Decker has a nice eye shiner right now. Let's see that eye. Roll. Oh yeah. So explain how you got that one.
So we were playing in Wichita, and it actually was one of my former college teammates that did it to me. There was a rebound in front of the net. I was standing. I'm a defenseman, so I had my guy back door. The guy wide open, went to tap it in, and I just threw my face right in front of it. And 8 stitches later, sadly, no workers' comp in Kansas. So didn't get paid for the stitches, but yeah, 8 zips and nice bloody eye for now. It's been about a week and a half. So
you threw your face like you dove at it?
I think it's just a reaction. And I mean, I've been fortunate this year. I haven't taken any sticks. That was the first puck. I did take 1 skate. Skate got me right here this year. No stitches, no nothing. So I'm counting my blessings on both of those. Missed the orbital bone, missed the cheekbone. Just had a nice puffy eye. Wore a bubble the next night when we played against Kansas City. Just kept playing.
I love that. Diving in front of the puck for the boys. How you doing?
Yeah.
So anyone listening, me and Decker, we have countless drinking stories together. We grew up together. So in the summers throughout the school year, we had a lot of fun together. So I think a good hot start to this podcast was saying our favorite drinking stories together. Decker, if you got one off the top of your head, you can go first. If you want me to go first, doesn't matter.
I know the first one that always comes to mind when you're talking like that is probably the night where your mom almost wanted to kill me, and I said I'm sorry probably 200 times while I'm crying in your shower.
Take that story from the top because I don't even fully remember it. And anyone listening, you got to explain the whole story.
So if I recall correctly, it was me, Colin, our buddy Dylan, and I want to say our other buddy Johnny, and we were the only 3 guys to sleep over that night. Things got pretty fun, and a lot of drinks were drank, and let's just say I had probably 10 more than I probably should have, and I'm just in the bathroom. Mrs. Cromedy, I think, has a very important meeting, like first thing in the morning, and where Colin's bathroom is, it just happens to be right down the hall from his parents' room, and it was loud, and Mrs. Cromedy just comes out screaming, "Who the hell is in there? I have a meeting, this, that," and I'm just crying in the bathroom, yelling, "I'm sorry, Mrs. Cromedy. I'm sorry." Vowed to never drink again, and then I think the next day was a Sunday fun day, so I think we started off with a morning drink, so that didn't
Yeah,
last too long.
yeah. Sunday fun days are a staple at the Cromedy house, so it's the best way to beat a hangover. Just have a few beers, get back to neutral. I think my favorite story of us drinking together is nothing crazy, but it's just funny. So I think this was a year or two ago. So we all went out, and Decker slept on my couch upstairs by my brother's room, and my mom just came back from Rome with a water bottle of holy water, and it's like she put it in a Dasani bottle, so it was just like a regular water bottle, but it had a piece of tape on it that just said holy water. And it's dark in the middle of the night, and my brother left it on the table. And in the middle of the night, Decker wakes up and he guzzles this holy water. And the next morning, he didn't even know he did it. My brother comes downstairs. He goes, Decker drank my holy water. And it's like, most of it's empty. So Decker's filled with the Holy Spirit.
Hey, maybe that's why I got so lucky with some of these pucks not hitting me in the eye or something like that. Maybe that holy water saved me a bit. So
Yeah, I mean, you might as well take it because you got hit in the best place possible.
Mm-hmm.
I just got one too. I'm surprised mine didn't swell up more. So my line mate ripped one in the slot. It hit off a defenseman's shin pad and just went right here. But I wasn't even like bleeding. It just like swelled up a bit, and I couldn't really smile. It was like when you go to the dentist and they numb half your mouth and you're smiling like that.
You're drinking the water and it's just drooling out. Yeah.
So that could have been way worse. No nose, no eye, no teeth. Everything was fine. I'll take that all day.
Well, and I'm pretty sure I gave you your first ever hockey injury.
Oh,
Playing
yeah.
pond out in the backyard.
That's another good story. So I'll expose myself a little bit. You can't really tell on this camera. So this tooth is dead. It's a little darker than the other ones. I think it might be. It's looking a little better. I don't know if it's like healing itself. But we were 15 years old, and we were playing ODR outside at my house, and Decker ripped a slap shot, and it hit the shaft of my stick and just smoked me right in the tooth. And I think I would have lost that tooth if I did not have braces.
Yep.
So I went to the dentist, and I was in so much pain, and the dentist just goes, "Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Give it a month, and if it still hurts, then you'll have to come in and get a root canal." And it just never hurt again. So I've left my dead tooth for 10 years. Yep. I was talking about my dad about getting it fixed this summer. So maybe I'll have a normal tooth this summer.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of right now. Like I got a chip here, chip in the back here. Like I guess it's just one of those things as hockey players. Like we care about like at the end of the day, like there's a couple more games. Like wait till the end of the season, wait till the end of the career. It's not the most important thing.
Yeah. So how many fake teeth you got?
I only have half a fake tooth, and then I'm gonna have to get this fixed up, and then I got one right here in the bottom that's chipped in half, and then these three got in my U16 got pushed into the middle of my mouth, but they're all real still. But a couple root canals, most likely once I'm older. So yeah.
Yeah, I got a fake one in the back, and then the other front tooth is half fake with a filling. But that story was at a summer skate. I just hadn't skated in a while, and I just toe picked and fell down, and I bit the shaft of my stick. So that's not even a cool story. I just did it to myself.
No. Most of them aren't that cool. But we like the scars and chips and all of that. It just makes us look a little tougher.
So, yeah, I'm keeping on the hockey train. So you left home at was it 15 or 16?
16.
So you left home at 16 to go play AAA hockey in Omaha. What was that like for you leaving home at 16 and going out and doing something new?
I think it was hardest on my mom.
Yeah, I can see that.
Definitely. For me, it was kind of a new experience. the one nice thing was growing up, I didn't play on the same like youth teams. My mom made me go play on like different teams in like spring hockey, aka how I met like Charlie, Nico, all of them. So like she always wanted me to get introduced to new people. So I kind of not gonna say like good at it, but like I'm pretty good at putting myself out there with new people. And I just got fortunate. I got probably one of the best built situations ever. The guy who lived with me was from Winnipeg. He was a great guy. I had the car, so he was super respectful, gas money, all of that. And it was kind of like just getting a new brother. And then the hockey itself, we were good, but um, we weren't one of the better teams that year, and so that part kind of was meh. But the friendships were good, and I had an unreal coach who then ended up being my coach in the USHL. He's very strict, very old school, and kind of prepared me for junior hockey. So I think without that, I would have been in a worse spot going forward.
Yeah, well, you just leaned it in perfectly. So, junior hockey, you played in the top spots that everyone is looking to go to in the U.S. USHL, NAHL. So, so what was your three? What was your three teams that you played for?
Cooley Region Chill in the NA. Did the 2 years there, and then did a year and a half in Omaha. Well,
In the
started in
USHL.
Dubuque, got traded before the season, so I don't even count that one. And
Yeah.
then finished my age out year with Chippewa in the NA.
Okay. So, which year was your favorite?
Um, they kind of all had different reasons for being my favorite. Um, I mean, my rookie year was fun because I was still in high school, so I made friends with some some like locals and like kind of still had a high school life while still playing junior. So like that was a plus that year. My next year, first year gap year, so that was a little bit more fun outside the rink. Had a lot of points that year, which was fun, but our team also was horrible. But
Yeah.
I was more focused on getting moved up and getting out of there a little bit. But those 2 years in Cooley were mainly like fun because great city, great billets, and good group of guys. And then Omaha, the first year was awesome. Like I said, I went back to my old coach. He's an old school. He like just pushed me a little harder, and yeah, like you're playing with some of the best players in the
Of,
world. Like
of your age group,
yeah,
yeah. So you're playing with like guys committed D1, the USHL is where everyone wants to go.
yeah. Like I remember we had like two guys from that team this year that made their NHL debuts. So like it's cool seeing that. Like and then my roommate the next year was like a third round pick to Nashville. Like just like it's just one of the cool sides of like
Yeah,
playing at the highest levels is like these guys are gonna show up later in their careers and be making millions, and you're like, oh my god, I skated with that guy every day.
yeah. You played hockey with them.
Went out to the bars with them after a sweep,
Yeah.
just cool little nitpicks with those.
What were the crowds like in the U show?
Uh, in Omaha, it was unreal. We had probably about like 90% filled every time. I want to say it sat right around 5,500. 5,500 six, and we were probably averaging right about 5,000. So
That's
they were
awesome.
fun. The broadcast people kind of tailored to the little kids. So there was a lot of like Fortnite dances and stuff like that, which like it was family friendly arena. But like when we'd go to like Des Moines and you're playing in an old barn with just $2 beer night, next thing you know you're coming off the like after a period and you're getting a freaking Coors Light thrown at your head and like some hillbilly who just got done with the construction job, like his whole like reason he worked so hard that day was so he could drink some beer and throw a beer at number 22 Jackson Decker because he wants to ruin your night. Like some of those stories are like
Yeah,
crazy and fun.
yeah.
But
You're my fucking hero, twos. No, that's great. So, I forget. Did you fight at all in juniors? You had a few fights, didn't
I
you?
I had two. Both were at home. One I would say I got jumped, but it was mutual. and then the other I looked over, saw one of my buddies pass out, like not passed out, but like laying flat down on the ice. I guess they just got sideswiped, not really involved in the play. So that was my first one. I just looked over. I'm like, I'm the closest guy. I have to do something about it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, but both guys were probably a good 4 or 5 inches taller than me, but I held my own, I'd say.
I think I remember watching one of your fights, and yeah, I think you did. Yeah, I don't think I can't remember if you won or not, but I know you definitely held your own.
Yeah. The first one was like a quick one. I accidentally ripped his helmet off, so I got a game suspe for that. But I landed one good punch and he didn't hit me. And then the other one, the guy punched me in the head a bunch, but he never got my face. So I count it as a win that I just didn't have any blood or bloody knuckles or anything. So I'll chalk those up as wins for me because not the best fighter out here.
Yeah, well, for those of you listening, Decker is what are you 5'7"?
5'8" maybe.
5'8", 5. Decker's a 5'8", quick, offensive defenseman, stocky, just solid on his feet. I remember a few times you were very good at reverse hitting too. The games that I saw, because as small guys, I'm all right at it too, I guess. I'll whatever. But as small guys, everyone's running you, thinks that they're gonna blow you up, and then you just pretend like you don't see them. In the last second, you just get low, and then you give them one and hope for the best.
Yeah, definitely the reverse hitting and then open ice where it's just you got to time it right and hope you catch them half a second before they see you, or else you're going to get steamrolled a couple times.
Yeah. So, all right, the fun part, junior hockey drinking stories. What's have you got any that come to your mind quickly?
I think probably the best one was that first year in Omaha. We did to end the year a beer Olympics because I mean, that team, we started off, we were probably the worst record going in Christmas break. And the second part of the year, we actually had the best record in the whole league, yet we still didn't make playoffs. Like, that's how bad we were the first part of the year. But with how we became so close that second part, and like, it was a full day at a billet house. Everyone picked, like, you got teamed up with 3 other guys, you picked countries, and we did a full beer Olympics. And it was just like, at the very end, you got guys crying like, "I'm actually gonna miss this team." Like,
Uh,
it was just like a wholesome moment, like a bunch of dumb stuff. Like, we're all competitive. We're all ultra competitors. Is it like I don't know what it is about hockey players, but no one ever wants to lose. And I feel like drinking games, it comes out even worse than on the ice sometimes. So you
yeah.
got, yeah.
Yeah, we did a beer Olympics every year in college. What events did you guys do in Omaha? Do you remember?
I want to say I was one of the ringleaders of like trying to get the games because the year before I spent like 6 weeks with my brother at school, and I was there when they did their beer Olympics. I didn't participate because I wasn't on the team, but I got to be a ref and stuff. So
Oh,
I used all of the games they played. So it was like beer ball, beer pong, I think baseball, like flip cup, obviously. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there was really any other ones. Volleyball, I'm not sure if we did that one, but yeah,
yeah, just a whole day of drinking games, and those are the best days because it's just the boys, and then you're just having fun, just
yeah.
crushing beers.
Well, yeah, and I think we started with the playing of I think the American and Canadian national anthems, and then it went straight to Thunderstruck, and then after that, that's when the events finally started.
I think that's the funniest part for anyone who like doesn't know American drinking culture is we would start that beer Olympics. We take it so seriously, and you'd have everyone standing around, and you'd play the American and Canadian national anthem, and everyone would take their hats off, and you'd be waiting patiently
Yep.
to drink your beer. And then once the anthems are done, everyone would just absolutely lose their shit.
It's just you gotta make it showtime. You gotta treat it like it's a real thing. Like I said, we're all just competitors, and if you're not gonna treat it like a real thing, then like don't even get involved.
Yeah, it was also good in uni. We would everyone so like whatever country where you would like order flags off Amazon and you dress up like whatever country that was. One year I was Djibouti and we ordered like a Djibouti flag, and we painted the flag colors on our cheeks, and we rolled in, and we were fired up.
Yeah, I want to say I actually think I was England for that event because I had a Manchester United jersey and I wore that for the party.
I'll
So
let everyone know that out here.
yeah,
All right, next one. So Decker played D1 hockey, no big deal. How you doing? So at Canisius, it would be considered Buffalo, right?
yeah.
So just tell us about what it was like to play D1 hockey at Canisius.
So I didn't really know much. I didn't. I committed when the whole COVID went down, so I never got a visit there. But I knew the head coach from when I was younger, playing at camps and stuff. So he basically FaceTimed me because he was still on campus, but all the students had left, and walked me around campus. So that was like a pretty cool thing. Like I already knew I had a good connection there, and he's Coach Large is one of the like best guys when it comes to having relationships with the players. Like I would say, like that's where he does so well. So just coming in, it was an easy welcome. He makes sure like the older guys are good, and it was weird again because like in juniors, like I was just the grandpa. Like I had guys call me grandpa, this that, and now I'm the baby again. And it was like kind of cool getting back to that dynamic where like you're learning more and not teaching. But I had the same head coach for all 5 years. We were a top 4 team in the conference every year, which was nice. I had my own little success, which also makes it a little bit better. And the best part about it would be my junior year, we ended up winning the Atlantic Hockey Championship. So we got to, and it was the weirdest thing ever. We were the 4th place team, and we played only home games in the playoffs because it's.
How does that work?
So it's a best of 3 series, and we were the 4 seed. We beat the 5 seed in 3 games, and then I want to say the 6 and 8 seeds won, or 6 and 7 won, something like
6, 7.
But yeah, so we ended up playing. Our biggest rival school was like the 6th seed, and we played them in a best of 3 at our barn. Lost game 1, won game 2 and 3, and then whoever the 7th seed was beat the 1 seed. So then we played the 7th seed in the championship, and it's a 1-game series. So we had all home games for the playoffs, and that was by far the most packed our rink has ever been. Standing room only, like it was so cool. You're winning a championship in front of your entire school, and yeah, that was a surreal feeling. And
didn't some of the girls have like Decker fat heads going with in the crowds?
I don't know for that game, but there was a couple games throughout the years where there was a fat head. I think there was a TikTok made about me.
Oh, no big deal. Decker, the ladies' man over here.
Not ladies' man. I was just the best friend with all of them.
Oh, look at that, being humble. Yeah, a good guy. Yeah. Good guy with the TikTok and the fat heads. Go, Jackson. Yeah, no. I know after this season, winning my first trophy, exactly what you mean about being surreal, and the sold out standing room only rink. Like, there's just no better feeling, and like you literally have chills like lining up to draws and like in warm ups, like you can't hear fucking shit. Yeah. And it's truly just something that I hope every hockey player can experience at some point in their career.
Completely agree. And then the worst part about it, but kind of best part about it, was with it being a home win, you're in Buffalo. Now you have to go out to the bars and celebrate with everyone else. And so, like, it was fun. We went back to the apartment or, like, hockey house, had, like, a couple drinks there, which it would have been cool just to celebrate with the guys. But then all of a sudden you got to throw everyone else wants to get a touch of the trophy. You're walking around. Pretty sure we broke it like 3 times that night. So
yeah, we broke our trophy that we won this year too.
Yeah.
But dude, if I were you, I mean, I get just celebrating with the boys, but you can do that. That's like a week-long bender that you go on after you win a college trophy.
Well, then we
yeah,
had to go play in the NCAA tournament against that Minnesota team that was
okay.
loaded.
And
So
then, yeah.
it was a one-night celebration, and then once we lost to Minnesota, then we came back and did our Bender week.
Dude, if I won that trophy in college, how crazy and how much we drank in college, I would have been out the door just running around the street.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the fun thing. Like I don't know, like in Buffalo, like everything's somewhat close. So like you had guys walking home from the bar, and it's probably 10-minute drive, but just everyone is numb to any other feeling because you're just on cloud nine.
Yeah, so living in Buffalo, how'd you like living in Buffalo? You know, I still didn't get to try uh what was the chicken wing place?
Well, there's a bunch.
I can't I think of it. Whatever. But what was it like living in Buffalo?
Buffalo's, I loved it. The only thing I got to complain about Buffalo is it's a gray city.
What does that mean?
It means if the sun comes out, you have to be in a good mood because you don't know when it's coming back.
Ah, that's
So
I gotcha.
yeah, it's just a gray city, but people there, it's pretty similar to like the Midwest. Like everyone's nice. Um, the drinking culture is crazy. Going to Bills games, amazing. The Sabres were horrible at the time, so the tickets were cheap. So like you were going to games left and right. So like there's a lot to do there. The food's incredible. The people are kind, and like it's a big city, but it's kind of like a small. It's like a big town, small city is about how I kind of
Yeah,
describe it.
yeah. So for those of you listening, Buffalo and Decker's school was like halfway through my drive to my school, UMass Dartmouth. So every August or whatever time it was, I would do the drive and spend the night at Decker's Hockey House. So I saw Buffalo a little bit. So I was surprised I didn't have any of those chicken wings. But dude, I'm rooting for the Sabres right now. So
Yeah.
what do you, like? Are you pissed that you're not in Buffalo for this?
I'm shocked that the Sabres are, and I can't be pissed that it's the Sabres. If the Bills won this year when I was gone, that I would have been pissed about. But the Sabres winning their division and now advancing to the second round, like you can't even be mad about it.
No,
Because
dude. What
it's
about those
unbelievable.
fucking like their games are like the crowd's unreal. Like I've missed so much hockey because the time changed, but watching Josh Allen bang on the drum at the game, and then you have the Buffalo, the Blade Gang, those guys that are putting all their equipment on, like wheeling around town. Like you can't hate that. Like I wish I was out there for some of these.
And that's what it is at those Bills tailgates too. Like you're not seeing guys in a full football uniform, but like that's the smashing of the tables, all of that. Like that's just who Buffalo people are. Like they're true. They're kind of like Midwesterns in that way. Like they just love drinking and supporting their teams. It's awesome.
Yeah, like the Bills Mafia, and they'd break tables, and that was the thing.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll go right into the college drinking stories. You gotta have one off the top of your dome here. You
Uh,
got
I
what
wouldn't. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
was the one? Didn't you get kicked out of a Bills game? Don't I remember that right?
Yeah, so it wasn't more of a kicking out as it was more of a not letting in. But I came to a Bills game with like a full minute made lemonade, half lemonade, half vodka. It wasn't like like I wasn't trying to do a Borg. I just brought it, and I was trying to get my buddy because he's like, "What's in it?" Like, "Hey, what are you drinking there?" And I started chasing him, like, "Try it." And it was a muddy day the night, it was a rainy morning, and this and that, and he juked me out of my shoes, and I tumbled and was covered in mud. So as I was walking in the game, still covered in, they got. I had some good teammates wiping me down and getting it off, but yeah, they right when I entered the door, scanned the ticket, they took me to the tank like, "Hey, are you gonna be good to be here?" And they're like, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. They're like, well, we want you to like do a breathalyzer, this, that. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'll leave. I don't need to watch this game. I'm fine. And so yeah, they took down my information and didn't get a fine, didn't get anything, but they did say if I wanted to go back to a Highmark stadium, they needed me to do a class of etiquette on being a fan. So
You had to do a Bills Mafia drinking class etiquette. That would be. Did you ever do it?
no, I did never do it. It was in order to do it, it was like $175, and I'm like, I'm never going to another game.
Dude, there's no way with their fan base and how much they drink and tailgate that class isn't sold out every week.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem was it wasn't how drunk I was, it was more of the fact of like I looked like I was probably the drunkest guy there, but I really wasn't.
Dude,
But yeah.
I didn't remember that part of the story. NFL stadium drinking class to be allowed back in.
Yeah, there's like an etiquette thing you got to take, but yeah, I never did that yeah, not one of my most fine moments, but we had that Buffalo was fun. Like I know we went out to drink with a couple of those Sabres guys. Like a couple of us were close with them. Like I know one of my roommates grew up with like Casey Middlestat when he played there, and so like there was times Buffalo was on the road and we were home, and he would text my roommate and be like, "Hey, can you go watch my dog for me?" He's like, "You can bring a couple buddies. It's like a Sunday. He's like, you can have a beer in the fridge if you want. Just take care of my dog. Take it for a couple walks, and then yeah." But we hung out with a couple of those guys pretty often. They also like drinking and getting after, and it's kind of hard not to in that city.
Yeah. So you got any more college stories off the top of your head? I kind of gave you that one. That was the first one that came to my head for you.
I'm trying to think. Like we had this thing called Griff Fest. That was always at the end of the year. That one was always fun. They rented out like a parking lot, and it's just everyone gets drunk, goes in, plays a bunch of like if you're at like a circus type arcade, like the throw the ball to hit the pins, the water gun shooters. So you get hammered, go there, and then come back, and then it's a full rest of the day of like playing lawn darts, you're playing beer die, you're doing baseball, like you got 5 tables set up everywhere, like every single house has tables outside and everyone's blaring music, and it's kind of like just a huge street party. So that was probably one of our better days. And then I just the best day of the year every year was the scavenger hunt we do at the beginning of the year.
Oh, for the freshmen?
Yeah, well, we did it with everyone. It wasn't just everyone was involved. It wasn't like we didn't do. Our coach was very against the freshmen putting down or hazing as you'd call it, but so we didn't do any of that. But so it was the whole team, and you'd get grouped with like 3 guys, and it was just let's see who can outdo each other. And when you're doing that stuff, it's not like you're doing it to be crazy or this and that. It's like it's honestly just the best way to bond with someone. Like you don't really know this guy who just walked in your door. One guy's a transfer, one guy's a freshman, one guy's a senior, and one guy's like the quietest guy. And all of a sudden you realize like, oh my god, this guy's not quiet. Like it's one of the funniest guys on our team. So it was just like every year there was always one guy that surprised you, and you're just like, oh. So those were fun.
The scavenger hunts were honestly, now that I think about it, I wish that we just did it as a team, because I remember watching like the younger guys do the scavenger hunts. Like I just wanted to join. Like we had one of the. So for anyone listening, like a scavenger hunt is just like you write up a bunch of crazy like tasks, and whatever team, like certain tasks will be a certain amount of points, and the crazier the task, the more points. So if you got your group of 3 or whatever, you're trying to outdo each other, do crazy stuff. I remember one of the kids put on all of his hockey equipment and rollerbladed all through campus, and people were like putting their windows down. Like we were getting texts like, dude, who's going through campus and all this hockey gear on right now? And so stuff like that, Decker's completely right. It's just bonding. So I honestly wish, looking back, that we did it as a full team. I would have had a ball with that.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun, and there was a couple challenges that I probably did all 5 years. So I was always a fan of taking the suicide shot right away, was a good mindset of, hey, we're going.
The suicide shot, meaning what?
Snort salt, lime in the eye, tequila shot.
I've never heard of that. That sounds horrendous.
It's just a good way to start the day. You know you're going to be doing some crazy stuff, and
That's I guess that would get you fired up. You know, you I've never heard of that one. It's definitely. I was thinking suicide shot, like you poured a bunch of liquors together and took that shot. But then I was like, I know you. I was like, you wouldn't like that.
No. There's a couple shots still can too.
Yeah. So what was it like living in the hockey house? I remember one of Decker's roommates. So in Chicago, we have this like topping, I guess you call it a condiment, called Jardinere. And whenever I stayed at Decker's hockey house, I had to make sure I brought a jar of spicy Jardinere for Decker's roommate, Coop. Shout out Coopar. So, well, yeah, what was it like for you living in the hockey house? You guys had a decent house, honestly.
Yeah, no, it was nice because we had our whole house was our grade. So we had, 5 of us lived together. We had an open bedroom that we kind of then had a living, like a hangout space on the second floor. Me and Coop were up in the attic. Rooms were super nice. I had that cool little chalkboard on the one wall was the whole chalkboard, so that was always a good way when someone's coming over. Hey, you got to see this wall. Come sign it.
Yeah.
Hang out.
Just the college way.
Yeah, but no, living with those are like my closest friends at school. So like, there was a couple times you needed to get away and you could go to your room and guys would be respectful. But like, especially like I miss it this time of year. I was just telling one of my buddies on my team how much I miss like this time of the year in college, because like you'd have 3 TVs in the living room, you'd have like 3 couches, and you just leave the door open and anyone on the team come over and watch the games tonight. Like, and you'd have every TV going. Like, there's nothing better than just bring over some food. Is like every now and then you do a potluck. Like, but yeah, so
yeah, some pizza, chicken wings, beer, and sports betting. You know, just sitting on the couch on a Sunday.
Yep.
So that is great. So for any Dragons fans listening, and anyone that knows him, small hockey world, Jake Wachowski. I just call him Witt. I always mispronounce his last name, to be honest. But Witt played with Decker his last year at Canisius, right? It was just the 1 year. Yeah. So Witt did his 5th year at Canisius with Decker, and they were actually roommates in hotels on the road together. Mm-hmm. So small world. Decker played with Witt, and so tell us, you got to tell us a Witt story. You know, what was it like meeting Witt? What was it like in the room with Witt?
So, I think I was a sophomore. Witt was a 5th year. So I was a bit intimidated when they put us together on the road. So I didn't really say much. And I honestly thought he like hated me at first. 'Cause like, we didn't really talk the very first time we went on the road together. Second time, like, he just throws his headphones in. I'm like, all right, this guy just doesn't like talking to me. Like, I'll go to someone else's room, whatever. And I think it was the 3rd trip. I finally like, Witter, like, what do you do on your phone? Like, why you throw the headphones in right away? He's like, oh, I'm watching World Series of Poker. I'm like, oh, you're a big poker guy? He's like, oh, huge. Like, you didn't know that? I'm like, no, we haven't had a conversation for a month and we've been living together. Like, how would I have known that? And the next day I like go to one of my teammates. I'm like, did you know Witter loves poker? And they're like, oh yeah, dude. He loves like the casino. He loves cards. Like, he just loves like the game of like, and I'm like, dude, I had no idea. Like, Witter just always came across as like one of those serious guys on the team. Like, he puts his head down and worked at practice, and then I want to say the best compliment I can give him is he was the reason that team we started off slow. He like voiced in it, like in our group text over like Christmas break, like one of the nicest messages, followed up with like, I will do anything for like you guys. I've gotten like closer with all of you. Like, this is the closest I've been on to a team since like juniors. And we're like, oh yeah, we are a really close team. Like, so like every day you were playing for each other and this and that. And like it was his voice of like a guy that doesn't speak up in the locker room but worked, and then he finally was like, "Hey guys, like this means a lot to me," and it's like it hit everyone of like, "I will do this for you." Whit. Like he just has that like draw to him because he doesn't say a lot, but then when he speaks, you know it's one of the most important things you're gonna hear all year.
Yeah, so in the hockey world, that is crucial. You know, teams play better when you want to play for your teammates. You know, if you're a fifth year and you're close to the younger guys want to play for you because you know you're a good guy and it's your last year, so everyone wants to sell out for you and for the team. So that's yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Whit being the fifth year and the boys wanting to get things going. Yeah, Whit's awesome. You know, I've loved playing with him this year. We had a pretty good year. He's back next year. I'm back next year. Our whole line stays. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what happens. But I just thought that was funny that you played with Whit and now I'm playing with Whit. So small hockey world all around.
Yeah, you boys are bringing it back to go back to back.
Yeah, it's a little different out here. So like you have 3 chances at a trophy. So like the one we won was the first time ever in like the Dragons history that they won a trophy in this league. So you have the regular season trophy, then you have the Morale Cup, which is what we won. It's like a mid-season cup with the top 4 teams, and then you have the playoff trophy. So there's like 3 trophies. So the team that won the league, we got second. They also won playoffs. They beat us in the championship, sadly, 4-3. Unfortunate, but it was a good game. But it was good that we won that, so that team did not do a three-peat.
Yeah,
So we took one.
is there any cool name for winning the whole 3? Like a triple crown or nothing?
No, I don't think so. There might be, but I just heard everyone say like three-peat, four-peat, like yeah, I might be wrong. There could be a name for it, but you know, it's a good year, so we'll be working for it next year. So now moving on to your pro time, playing in the Coast, which is unreal. You know, the Coast is unreal hockey, and guys are, what's the nickname? No, the A's. What's the jungle? Is the Coast the jungle?
I don't even know.
All right, well then maybe not.
It might. Is that? I think Biz calls it the jungle. It's either him or Schmaltz call it that. Like one of those.
That's what I thought. I swear Biz called it the jungle. So first off, dude, what's it like playing your first year of professional hockey in the Coast?
Definitely was another change. It's such a weird dynamic of like guys. Like you got, I think we had a guy that was 36. He started the year. He was like player coach. Ended up retiring 4 games in. I think he had 3 points. I think he was just done. Ready to move on. But you got guys like that. You got guys that are signed in the NHL. That like our goalie signed a ELC with Ottawa and just gets sent down to the Coast, and he got called up a bunch this year to the A, but you're just up and down, and you got guys moving in and out. But I will say our coach this year did a really good job of like keeping the same group together. Didn't make a lot of trades. We had a couple of guys leave to go overseas, but for the most part, we kept like the same team from day one till now. And the one thing that's weird about this league is there's a play right when the playoffs hit, like you can have like a roster of 25, but you got to get guys from the AHL that are eligible to play. So like they need 5 games in the Coast. So like funny story is we had this one guy come down to play like the last 6 games for us, and he got a concussion in the first game. So for the next 4 games, he dressed and stood out there for the opening draw and then got off the ice.
That is pretty funny.
So, but yeah, it's been fun. A lot of good, like, I treat it as like a learning year. Still out there giving it my best shot every night, but like, I know it takes a lot to like be in this league, and I didn't take it for granted, and I wanted to learn, and I'm not ready to stop anytime soon. So,
No. Can't stop. No, you're like you need the time to learn, dude. And all like you're a rookie. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning. I mean, like last year when I was in Finland, I'm a rookie. Like you're like I still consider myself like in the rookie realm. I'm learning. You're learning every day, and you just all you want to do is keep moving up and keep playing good hockey.
Yeah, but I would say this is probably one of the nicest places you could play in the coast. Uh, we visited a couple spots. We got a couple guys that have been journeymen in this league, and they said it's top five for sure. The weather here is unbelievable. We're just north of Dallas, so a couple guys went to a Cowboys game. I went to a Rangers game. A couple guys have gone to like Stars games, like this past weekend. So after we beat Idaho in the first round, we went to Fort Worth and went to the Stockyards. So saw my first ever rodeo. Saw some
Oh,
bull
I'm
riding.
so jealous. I would
It was
love to do that.
so much fun. So but we got a great group here, and like the talent we have, like we got KC this next round, and I think we've beaten them 3 out of the last 3. So should be a good series, and then goes to the conference finals and then league finals. So we're
Yeah,
getting there.
so I mean, you're in playoff hockey. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I am already itching. I'm trying to force myself to take that month off before like summer training starts. But I just wish I was still playing, to be honest. But it's nice because I haven't always felt like that in the off season. So it's nice to have my spark back.
Yeah.
So, what are practices like? How intense are your guys' practices?
So our coach is a big believer in kind of doing like similar practices every day. So every day is it's intense. It's not very long. It's more about just making sure you're always ready. It was fun getting back to a 72 game schedule versus like I've been in college. You're playing 26 games a year, and now it's like
72.
72 game season. So practices some days are really hard, and then others is like, hey, we're just getting out there, do the same skate, blah blah, like just get everything tuned up and ready for the weekend. Because like there's weeks where we played 4 games in 5 days, like 3 and 4s. You're traveling to different cities, like so you got a 3 hour bus ride to Tulsa on Wednesday. You play Wichita 2 more hours away on Friday, Saturday, and then you finish the game in Kansas City 2 more hours away on Sunday. Like we had that trip this year, and it was
What
like
a
literally. So,
what a life. What's the food situation on these trips?
so everything's for yourself. You get per diem, and you're a lot of ordering DoorDash and Uber Eats, and uh, every now and then, if you get somewhere a night before, you'll go out for some good food. Like when we played in South Carolina this year, we were in Charleston. It was my birthday weekend, so the couple of fellas and I went out to downtown Charleston, like sat pretty much near the water and had a couple of steaks, and I think one guy got like a lobster roll. Like, so it's some guys will bring food like and try to save up their per diem money. Some guys will blow it. Obviously, there's casinos in some of these spots. The place you play in Tahoe, you stay in a casino.
That's dangerous for a hockey team of boys.
Yeah, so you're hoping you win, or else your per diem money's gone. Everything you're buying food wise is out of pocket.
What's the go-to food order on DoorDash? You ripping a lot of chipper or what?
See, I can't order Chipper ever online. It's just never good. You can't order Chipotle online.
100% agree. You gotta look them in the eye when you're going through the line.
No, I've been a lot of the ones I'll do is I think Hawaiian Bros is in most spots. There's another place that's kind of like that, but I look for like either poke or Mediterranean, like anything with chicken, rice, or uh, salmon, rice. Like I just try to keep it within those two, and then every now and then you'll get a steak when you think you deserve it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. So what's the home atmosphere like?
We do pretty well here actually. It's we get I want to say close to like 5,000 a night, a little less, maybe a little more. I think we hold around 6,000, and it's It's actually so cool. And like I've been fortunate enough, my family and like a couple friends have even come down and getting them tickets, and they're like, "Dude, this is like showtime." I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's pro hockey, like it should be." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, I didn't realize this," and they're like, "Yeah, well, yeah, like the league's gotten better." I know guys that have played in it for 5 years, and they're like, "This is the best brand of hockey this league's ever seen." Was this year? Like they've changed the skater rule. They've done this. You got way more guys on NHL contracts that are in it. Like it's it's a hard league, and every night is a battle, and which is good though because you got people coming and paying money for it, and it's like. But I will say the worst thing we've had was that we have school games. So you got a 10 a.m. game, and it's 6,000 little kids, and they're all screaming. You can't hear the
Oh,
whistle. It is so loud in there, and it not in a good way.
10 a.m. hockey game.
However, you're living in Dallas, Texas, so game finishes around 1 o'clock. Guess what the boys are doing at 2:30?
Yeah,
Golf course.
yeah, yeah. All right, there's pros and cons to that.
We did that I think twice this year. Luckily, got the wins both times, so it was actually an enjoyable round. If we lost those games, maybe you canceled the tea time.
Nah, yeah,
And
yeah,
the best part about it is that's in December. That's in the
yeah.
prime of hockey season. You're able to go out and play golf.
It's definitely a morale booster
Yeah.
when you're feeling tired during the year. Having nice weather all the time. Going. You find any barbecue spots out there or what?
I really haven't found a spot I love. Um, yeah, no. The,
No, that's what I was looking forward to going to Dallas eventually.
no,
Is
it,
is
we
finding some barbecue.
there was a good spot we went to dinner at the Stockyards that had a really good barbecue, but that's more I want to say west of us or even south of Dallas is where you'll find the better barbecue.
Fair
We're
enough.
still in a pretty is it urbanized like
Yeah.
yeah like we got in and out across the street from our apartment stuff like that. Chick-fil-A, Chipotle.
You guys got a good locker room or what?
Yeah, they just redid our locker room this year, so it's sick. Our uh, equipment guy kind of designed it, and I forget how many glove or dryers that are in it and this and that, but he was pumped about it. But yeah, so it's cool. Our owner is a former NFL player, so he kicks a lot of money into it, and we just get treated really nice here, and it's
Yeah, sounds like it. Fuck. So, yeah, for anyone listening, like the coast, it's become. I mean, now that I have some experience, like with the leagues around Europe, and just knowing who's played where, I would put the coast definitely in the top five in the world. You're comparing the leagues that are only going to be like maybe compares like what the KHL, the SHL, and what maybe the Dell.
dollar Swiss maybe one of those.
See that you guys, I think you guys would beat the Swiss because like they go to the Olympics and they go to these things, and they can't handle the physicality. Where the coast is like a physical hockey league, so
Mhm.
they're gonna go in and bully like some teams.
Yeah, I think I saw a thing. It started that I think they had the coast at the beginning of the year at like 12 to like 15 range for around the world. Yeah, and I think the last rating they had was 5 to 7 range.
Yeah, see, I was gonna go
It
top five.
it
Yeah,
it's made a lot of improvements over the last, and I don't know if it's because um, NHL teams or AHL teams want to keep their guys in the United States, or like I think that's playing a big effect to it of like we need to be able to call you up, and it's yeah, or the talent pool is getting better. Like I couldn't tell you, but I know all the guys on our team that have played in this league for a while are just like, dude, this is becoming like hard. Like they used to be like I could come out here and kind of coast around, get a couple B ways, put up 2 points a game, and now he's like, he's like a point per game guy. He's like, I gotta actually back check now. Like, what is this? Um,
yeah.
so it's, it's a good thing. It's a good thing though.
It is a good thing. It means hockey's growing, hockey's evolving.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll wrap this up a bit. Last question in a bit. So, little two-parter. What's the end goal here? What's the goal for next year? And then what would be your advice to any younger hockey players listening, chasing the dream? So a bit of a two-parter. So you can start with your goal and then lead into like whatever advice you got for the boys or anyone really.
All right. I'd say goal. Well, first off, can't think about next year while this one's still going on.
Good answer. Good answer.
Gotta win a championship this year, and
Yup.
then hopefully with winning a championship, be back next year. We'll see. Like hockey's turnover, so like you never know. Could be the same head coach next year. Maybe he gets a better job. You never know. So, but I hoping to stay in the coast next year. Play another year. See how that goes, and then ultimate goal is to get overseas. Have never been to Europe, so play until either the body can't or it's just time to give it up.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
And to take that into consideration of when the body gives up or I can't anymore, it comes with just not enjoying the game. And I would say that's probably the best advice you can give to someone younger is you just got to play for the fun of it. Like, especially now, like, 72 game season again, a grueling year. It's like you're going to have ups and downs, but don't let don't let the roller coaster take you like sliding away. Like, everyone has ups and downs, similar in life, similar in the game. Like, there's games you're going to score 4 goals, there's games you're going to be dashed for. And it's just you got to roll with the punches, and like if you truly don't enjoy the game anymore, like maybe it is time to give it up. But because I would say that you got to find the camaraderie of like your teammates, family backing you, coaches backing you. Like there's so much good in hockey when it comes to family and being appreciative of that. I would say try not to ever give it up because you can find that enjoyment. You don't have to find it for yourself. You have a whole team backing you.
Love that. Fucking 10 out of 10 answer. Love that. What a great way to finish. All right, Decker. It has been a blast and a pleasure having you. Thanks for coming out. That's all we got today.
Sounds good.
So I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. And quick question for you. What's the gorilla behind you's name?
Dude, I didn't name him. Wait, no, we did. I think I forgot him. Which one's my favorite? No, it is this one. This one is my favorite. We have that one. I don't want to do a full thing because I got my laundry over here. So I don't want to do. Yeah, so that's a good way to end. We'll end on the monkeys. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for your time.
See ya.